So there's 4 stages in the psychological process of growth that we referred to in lesson 7 of Thinking into Results, the terror barrier. Now, anytime you go through any sort of growth or transformation, you're thinking about doing something new, you will likely run up against the terror barrier. The first thing that I want to say about it is that it's a positive thing. Don't fear it. Don't fear the fear. If there is fear, that is a sign of growth, because we only fear things we don't understand. And so when we're going after it, when you're thinking about your C-type goal or your new self-image and you're still getting to know you, and it feels like, you know, you've kind of let go of the old version of you and you're really becoming the new version and making new decisions, it feels a bit scary, because you're stepping into the unknown. You're stepping into this brand new version of yourself that you and you alone are creating and deciding. You've set a C-type goal to physically manifest that you've never gone before. It would be normal and natural, completely normal and natural, that as you go through the changes and make the paradigm shifts necessary, that you would feel some, you know, fear around that. Actually, I'll tell you a really funny story about the terror barrier. Jamie knows this because Jamie was with me the first time I did a 50K. The first time I ever did a marathon or anything was in the Blue Mountains in 2016. And I was so worried about falling off a cliff. And I was just my insides were like, and I was already, you know, in doing TIR and all the rest of it. And so much of that event was like going through the terror barrier in a completely different way, doing something so out of my comfort zone in terms of physically moving my body for that amount of time, having to learn nutrition, map, course times, you know, everything was new. And there was a healthy amount of fear the night before that race, anxiety, fear, completely. When we think about the terror barrier, I was in it. There was the old self-image being like, abort, abort, abort. And the new self-image being like, this is good, this is growth, this is you accomplishing something you haven't done before, this is practicing what you preach. You know, you can't tell your clients to step out of their comfort zone if you're not prepared to do it yourself, etc., etc. But that's exactly how it manifests. And sometimes irrational thoughts, like, what if I might fall off a cliff? I can't do this, I might fall off a cliff. Like, that's insane. I mean, that could happen, but it's very unlikely, right? And this is the same when you're going after just a C-type goal, earning more money. Your old paradigm, your X-type conditioning will create all kinds of stories why you might fail and why you shouldn't even attempt it, why it's a bad idea, why you don't know enough, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money. Some of you may have even gone through that getting into the program. This is why I say just actually enrolling in this program is the breakthrough. You've had to, in a lot of cases, not in every case, but I'd say most people are at some level sort of go through a little bit of the terror barrier to sign up to Thinking into Results. There could be you don't have enough time. Can you really do this? What if you start it? What if you fail it? And all of those things are designed for you to then not move forward. It's very simple, the way the terror barrier works. And so the fact that you enrolled and you're on the other side of that, you had that breakthrough. And what that means now is that you can access an energy or a vibration beyond where you were before you enrolled in the program. And so that was the breakthrough, the fact that you did it, the fact that regardless of what the little voice inside your head, regardless of the circumstances you're observing, I mean, some of you got personal loans to be here, some of you borrowed the money, some of you put it on a credit card, some of you took it out of savings, some of you just had the money, but it was the time paradigm. It doesn't really matter. You probably went through to some degree the terror barrier to enroll in this coaching, right? To enroll in the new Thinking into Results. So anytime you think about stepping out and doing something new, anytime you think about growing, creating some change, where it's positive for you, or the contrary to that, you will go through the terror barrier. I mean, you could have a phenomenal opportunity in front of you, like, you know, when you were about to start thinking into results, and still you will tell the reasons why you shouldn't can sometimes be louder than the reasons why you should, even though you know that saying yes to that and taking action on it can bring you rewards beyond your wildest imagination. You will listen to the old paradigm. You will listen to the X-type programming. And what happens is you go from that conflict where the XY, the old self-image, and the new desire, the new version of you, old, current circumstances, current results, current vibration, and then there's this desire for more, you will hit the terror barrier and you'll bounce back to bondage. So on one side, there's 3 stages: bondage, reason, conflict. So what happens in bondage is, which is on the left-hand side of this page, at a conscious level, it's status quo thinking. You're not thinking about doing anything different. You're not thinking about going after any different goals. Nothing. It's just the same, the way it always has been, same results. At a subconscious level, it's the same paradigms or programming that has always been there. You're vibrating in the same frequency or vibration, the same action, the same results by virtue of the law of cause and effect. Nothing changes. Then you think about doing something different. So you might have been thinking about, I'm going to start thinking into results. Or if you're already, now that you're here, it's like, okay, I'm going to go after, this is my C-type goal. This is what I'm going to do. And so at a conscious level, in your conscious mind, you're beginning to entertain a new idea. I'm going to buy that property. I'm going to sell this house. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to start the business. We're going to go from 1 million to 10 million this financial year. This is my new idea. This is the why idea, the new energy idea. Now, at this point in time, you've still got, at the reasoning stage, still got old conditioning, subconscious mind paradigms. So it's just in your conscious mind at this point in time. You haven't made a committed decision to go after it. You haven't taken action on it. You haven't sent the email to say, I quit my job. I'm having a bit of fun here with you. Whatever it is, it's all in your conscious mind. You haven't acted on it. You haven't got emotionally involved with it yet. You could reject it at any moment and everything would be fine. So at a subconscious level, it's the same type of it's the same old X-type conditioning paradigms, current result paradigms. You're in the same X-type vibration. We talk about that in, this lesson. We use that language, the X-type vibration, which is producing the same actions, the same results by virtue of the law of cause and effect. So just entertaining the idea that you want something to be different, that you want to do better, that you want to get better results, you want to earn more money, you want to do the coaching, you want to be in a circle, whatever it was, whatever it is. Nothing at a subconscious level has been impacted yet. Your vibration hasn't changed. You cannot access the better results. Not possible. But then you get into conflict. So let's say now you've been here for a while with me and you're studying for a while and following the rules and the process that I tell you to follow, repetition, all the rest of it. Now you've moved your Y-type idea, what you really want, from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. You've started to practice that vibration, practice that energy. You're visualizing it, you're working with it. It's starting to cells of recognition. Your subconscious mind is in every cell of your body. So as you're working with that Y-type idea, as you're taking action on it, as you're making little changes here and little changes there, as you're making new decisions, making new investments, you're moving that goal, that Y image of yourself, that new image of yourself, from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. However, at this point in time, the old self-image is still in the subconscious mind. So now you have got, at a conscious level, X-type idea, Y-type idea, 2 competing ideas, the old self, the new self, where you were, where you want to be. At a subconscious mind, you've got some old paradigms. You're trying to create some new ones. At a very holistic level, you've got old self-image paradigm, old identity that used to create results in a certain way, earning a certain amount of money, feeling a certain way, certain type of lifestyle, employment, job, whatever. And you got the new self-image that you've lovingly built. It's been so excited and you're in the program and it's like la-di-da-di-da. And then it's like you're installing this new self-image paradigm, this new identity. And then it's like, the old self-image being like, who the hell do you think you are, showing up here in my subconscious? I rule this joint. Like, you can't be here. Who do you think you are? This will never work out for you. Like, you should quit. You should quit now. Like, don't take any more action. Stop studying. Stop joining those calls. Stop listening to her. She's totally crazy. Like, just quit. You're not good enough. You're not worthy. and it has a right old fight with the new self-image. This is conflict. And if you're not wise enough or not careful enough, you will listen to all of this chatter, all of this noise. You will rationalize it. You will reason with it and say, well, you've probably got a point. Maybe I don't have enough money yet, or I don't have enough time, or it would be easier next year, or when the kids are a little bit older, or let me get this done first. And so you begin to rationalize. My goodness, do not do that. But anyway, this is actually what happens. And so you hit that wall and you go, okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm going to abandon that idea. I definitely won't book that coaching right now. And you convince yourself that that's the right decision, but actually it's been old paradigm, intuition, old paradigm, it's nipping away at you, XY vibration, until you go back to bondage. And you stay there for a bit and you're like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. Thank God I didn't start that job or book that coaching, or like, oh, what a relief, I'm off the hook. True story, hey. You go back to bondage and the cycle starts again, my friend. You go, you know what, I want more. I can do this. This is the goal for me. This is what I really want. I want to book that program. I want to do that. I want to buy this house. This is my dream house. This is what I really want. And so you go to reason, like, yes, I'm going to do this. You like make some changes. Like, this time I'm going to do it. This time I'm going to go after it. I'm going to follow, hit the wall again. Oh, you bounce back. It's this self-sabotaging mechanism. The number one reason for failure is fear. And it is a product of the psychological process of growth to stop you from improving, to stop you from credit. And the thing is, it's so visceral and real in your body that you get such a relief when you abandon the idea of going after what you want. It is such relief physically that you think that that was absolutely the right decision for you. And the reason why it's a relief is because when you think about it, when you visualize an image, and your subconscious mind, as you visualize and you hold a feeling and an emotion, it causes a physical reaction, a physiological reaction in the central nervous system. You feel it, it's real. This is the power of using your mind to get what you want, to create what you want. And so at the moment though, there's the old self and the new self. And so you feel the way you feel, scared, and like there's two images going on. It's crazy, it's chaotic, because it is like that. You got two different levels of vibration manifesting in your body at the same time. You've got the new image, the Y-type image, the dream, the goal, where you want to be, what you want to do, and you've got current paradigm, current results, current circumstances, not good enough, don't have enough time, don't have enough money, it's too difficult right now. And so they antagonize against each other. It's chaotic. It's an XY vibration. Can't really go back at this stage because you're still committed to the idea. You still made a committed decision, but you haven't gone to freedom yet, the fourth stage. And so when you abandon the idea, it feels like relief because you've abandoned the Y-type idea, you've abandoned the dream, you've abandoned the goal, you've gone back to the X-type conditioning, which you've known for years, if not decades. I mean, it's taken a long time for you to be who you are. And so you get nearly instant relief when you say no, when you don't go ahead with something, when you don't invest, when you just forget about that big goal and set something easier, set something that isn't what you really want, but it feels more comfortable. You get instant relief and you believe that that is right for you, but there is no growth attached there. And the cycle starts again because there is a yearning, there is a desire for more. There is this pure positive source energy, this spirit that is always for expansion, fuller expression. And the only way it can express itself to and through you is through desire. The wanting of something greater than what you are currently in possession of. And so spirit expresses itself to and through you. So it shows you a yearning for this, a want for this, a love for this. And it's not about the thing itself, it's about who you had to become. I had a client write to me this morning and he's just signed to buy his first ever Porsche, brand new, multiple six-figure build. And I said to him, and when he came to me, he had huge levels of debt, had to take a very simple payment plan to start with me. I mean, he was behind the 8 ball more than anyone, but he did exactly what I told him to do. And there he was, he's just signed on the dotted line to order his brand new Porsche. And I said, it's not about the car. It's about who you had to become to get the car, to feel worthy of the car, to buy the car. That's what's growth. And he said, yeah, I'm getting that now. I understand that more, because the other day I also went and bought myself a brand new watch, and we wrote $10 million in deals in 3 days or something. So when you are going after a goal, when you are stepping out, like, this is normal to feel that, to run into the terror barrier when you're working through something that's a new idea or a new decision, or and you just got to start to know what's going on. And also, don't be, the biggest thing, and I think I say this in your webinar, is not to get like sideswiped by it. Just see it for what it is. Hello, my old friend. You again. Interesting. Don't have time for you much anymore. I'm just going to focus on what I'm doing over here. And just stay focused on your why. Don't fight with it. Don't give it any time or energy. It's just like the old friend that rocks up, right, at your door, and you're like, I don't really have a lot of time for you anymore. You're kind of my past life. I'm kind of in my new life now. So you don't need to fight with it or be frustrated that it keeps showing up. You just don't give it any time and attention. Hello, my old friend. Interesting that you're still here. I'm just going to keep focusing on what I'm doing. This decision is good for me. This is who I really want to be. This is the growth. This is the next step. And that's how you, and then you're on the other side and you're in freedom. What freedom really means is that you stayed in control of your conscious mind. You didn't let your conscious mind be overruled by the old paradigm and take you off course and back to bondage. That's really what it means, is that you stayed in control of you. You stayed choosing your own thoughts, your own feelings, and your own actions that were in harmony with who you want to be and where you want to be, rather than letting the paradigm dictate how you think, feel, and act in that moment. That is all that, in the most simplest sense, that is what it means.